A stranger gave me a letter on the subway, and I swear the handwriting was mine. The car was nearly empty that night, just a few half-asleep commuters, the kind of ride where you try not to make eye contact. But then I noticed him. He was standing too still near the far door, a crumpled piece of paper pinched between his fingers. He wasn't swaying with the train like everyone else. He wasn't even pretending to look at his phone. He was staring at me. The hairs on the back of my neck lifted, and before I could glance away, he started walking. Slow, deliberate steps. When he reached me, he didn't speak. He just leaned down a little too close and slid the folded paper into my hand. His eyes didn't blink. They didn't move. It felt like he was waiting for me to read it right then and there. My palms were sweating as I unfolded the page, and that's when my chest went tight. The handwriting. It wasn't just familiar. It was mine. The same jagged loops, the same messy slant. I looked up to demand an explanation, but he was already moving back, melting into the shadows at the far end of the car, leaving me alone with a letter I couldn't remember writing. My fingers trembled as I unfolded the page completely. I don't know what I expected. Nonsense scribbles, a prank, maybe even a threat. But instead, the words were calm. Too calm. I whispered your name every night, hoping you'd hear me. I read it twice, maybe 3 times, trying to make sense of it. I hadn't written this, but it looked like I had. The next line made my throat tighten. I still set your place at the table. I still cook too much. I can't stop making that pasta you hate, just in case you come home hungry. My chest went hollow. Nobody knew that detail. Not my coworkers, not even my closest friends. The only person who would have known was my mom. She used to say it every time she made dinner, joking that she couldn't stop cooking for 2, even after Dad left. But she's been gone for years, and yet, here she was, staring back at me in my own handwriting. I flipped the page over, hoping for a name, an explanation, something. But the back was blank. I sat there clutching the paper, my mind racing, and that's when I felt it, eyes on me. I looked up, and he was still there, sitting just a few seats away now, half in shadow. Our eyes met, and it was like he knew exactly what part of the letter I had just read. I forced myself to stand, to close the distance. My voice came out sharper than I meant. Why does it look like my handwriting? He didn't flinch. Didn't even look surprised. He just let out a slow, shaky breath, his gaze fixed on the floor between us. You saw it too, he whispered. My skin went cold. Saw what? The handwriting, he said. That doesn't make sense. These words. My throat tightened. They're my mom's. She used to say them. She's gone. His jaw worked like he was chewing over whether to tell me the truth. Finally, he said, almost too softly to hear. Then maybe it wasn't me who wanted you to read it. I froze. What do you mean? Who? He looked at me, his eyes wet, voice barely a whisper. Someone who loved you. Someone who couldn't leave this world without making sure you heard their heart one last time. The words sank like stones. I clutched the letter tighter, scanning the handwriting again. It was similar, but not mine. It was my mom's. Every loop, every jagged edge. It wasn't just a coincidence. Somehow, impossibly, my mom's words had reached me. He continued, voice breaking. I find letters on my own path, things that are lost or meant to be found. I carry them until the right person touches them. Tonight, it was your turn. I swallowed hard, tears blurring the overhead lights. It wasn't a chance. My mom had written those words years ago, during the quiet evenings when she cooked for 1 instead of 2, whispering her love into the air, never imagining I'd read them again. The stranger hadn't created the connection. He had merely been the bridge. I held the letter against my chest, letting the tremor in my hands settle. For the first time in years, I felt her there. Not just in memory, but alive in the careful phrasing, the tiny domestic details, the tender longing. A love that refused to be silenced had found a way to speak across time and space. Through me, through him, through the unexpected silence of a late-night subway car. My mom's voice had found me, and in that moment, I was whole again, even in the ache of what I had lost. I folded the letter carefully and tucked it into my coat, and as the train rattled on, I whispered to the empty seats around me, I hear you, Mom. I hear you.